Hey everybody, welcome to Q&A with Rick and Harry. I'm Rick.
And I'm Harry.
Good. I'm glad you caught on quick. As you can tell, we got no opening, nothing. So you can tell that, right? All right, no one's here anyways. You can see a big zero. Can you see that? The count on the top corner of the screen?
No, I can't actually. I'm on the
Oh,
stream right now on my phone, so I can keep up
so
and look at the chat.
oh, someone's here. Someone's here. Someone's here.
Yep,
Say hi.
we
Say
do
hi.
it.
Yeah, no,
Oh, hello.
our biggest fear is that nobody shows up. Is it you that went in the chat? Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
that might be me.
Oh,
Yeah.
so false hope. All
Well,
right.
I'll
So
keep the stream open to support the channel. I'll keep it open.
it's the ghost in the room. There's somebody here, but nobody's talking to us. All right. Well, hopefully someone will show up. I don't know, but if you're watching this
Hey, Matt Outdoor, how's it going?
that would have helped if I would put the comments up there, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, look at that. Hey, Matt Outdoor. Welcome in, buddy. Good to have you. All right. So we should probably wait a little bit longer for people to show up. But the premise, so for you, Matt, the premise is ask us questions and we'll answer them. And it doesn't matter what kind of questions, hockey, other sports, life. So, but within reason, ask us questions.
We're not going to be doxing each other out here.
No, or getting to. We don't really want any sexual questions. We don't want too many. Like just anything that YouTube wouldn't really want us to do.
Yeah,
that's all. Who knows what that means?
But that can mean anything at this point.
With YouTube, and it constantly changes too.
Yeah.
I don't know. You must be used to it every year. The new rules. The new.
Oh rules. Yeah. I see them and I'm just like, okay, cool. I just ignore them.
New rules and new algorithm every year.
Yep.
Algorithm make you jump to their to whatever they want you to jump to. It's every year I get comfortable trying to, I guess, kick the algorithm in with how this is what you gotta do. You do that, and then when you're just finally getting comfortable doing those things, there's a new algorithm. You got to do this now. So got to step up your game. Step up your game every year. Not that it's really a bad thing, but
but
it's nerve wracking.
It is. It really is because like you said, not only you'll get used to it and then they'll switch it up, but they're doing this to ensure that clickbaiters don't know the algorithm, but they just adapt to it anyway. They're the first ones that adapt to the algorithms.
Yeah, of course. It's of course, but I mean, at least they're fine. I would say finally. I mean, I guess it's been a few years now, but trying to get rid of the clickbaiters because for like I guess that for a long time they didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, they really just let them hey, YouTube's for anybody, and
and you click on it, you don't know if it's going to be, you don't know what you're getting, but now at least you have a better idea with what you're going to be getting when you click on it. And if you don't get that, then you just don't follow that person. That's all. So I always try to deliver on my thumbnail. We got 2 people in there now. No, we got 1. I forgot. All right. I think was it Matt said he might join us. What happened there?
Yeah, Wi-Fi's not too great.
Oh, is that because it's Wi-Fi? I'm wondering. Is like you see like these horror movies. You know the one where the girl comes out of the well or out of the TV. You just did shit like in a horror movie on my screen.
Did I?
If you crawl out of this screen, I'm telling you. I ain't gonna go over well.
I'm trying to look on the stream. I gotta see if that happened on stream.
Oh,
I gotta see because
it probably did. I'm sure I saw what everybody else saw. Not much people watching that, Matt, because I didn't really advertise it. We didn't. When did we decide to do this? Last night, eh?
Yeah, just last night. Yeah.
Yeah, we were doing the podcast. We had Trig Wilson on last night. The podcast is not up because Matt didn't put it up yet, and he's at the Celtics game tonight, so it ain't going up till tomorrow. And we didn't decide to do this till last night.
Yeah.
So there was no way we could get that out there. So the point is, though, that is even if nobody's really here tonight, we got to start doing this on a regular basis so that people will show up and they know when to expect us and all that stuff. So
absolutely.
And we missed last week, and I don't remember why. And I think it was my fault that it was my decision. I don't remember why. Either I didn't feel like it. It was I don't know why, but I didn't put one up there, and I didn't push to get one up, and that's my fault, and not a good thing. We got to be more consistent. It doesn't have to be every week, but if we're going to do it every 2, we got to kind of do it every 2 weeks, unless something comes up, because things do come up. Life happens, and it's sometimes
play on Fridays,
and then his Wi-Fi could happen.
oh yeah. Yeah.
So you never know. And so 2 people. Oh, there's 4 people there now. That means there are 2 other people in this room. Please say hi to us. And the point of tonight is to ask us questions. Doesn't have to be hockey. We actually prefer maybe other questions than hockey, but whatever you'd like, ask away. We're going to answer them and try to have some fun doing it. That's the whole point.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said earlier, anything within reason, go ahead and ask. Doesn't have to be hockey, anything at all within reason. Again, that's really the only real restriction.
Yeah, because if you're gonna ask, I was gonna say something. I think it's inappropriate. So I'm gonna tell them don't do inappropriate stuff, and then I'm gonna do something inappropriate. Not a good idea.
On the stream,
did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. I was like,
maybe that's what happened. 2 people left. They might have gotten afraid.
Oh, maybe
popping out of the screen. I don't know. I guess we didn't entertain the 2 people that popped in and popped out.
Mm.
Oh well. Well, hopefully we'll ensnare a couple more people and be able to keep them this time. We'll see.
Or maybe they're Flyers fans and they don't like this.
Or maybe they think you're trying to look at my bra. I don't know. That's what it looked like you were doing.
well, no, just trying to show the logo. So I'm not gonna just grab here.
Well, you're wearing the Penguin, but I mean, it's an NHL channel. You're allowed. Yeah. I don't own anything like that so I can't.
I was gonna go Blackhawks hat, but then I realized, maybe it's still too early for that.
Yeah, too soon.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea. I wouldn't wear black. I like the Blackhawks uniforms though. I like their logo.
Yes.
But they kind of tainted it with all the garbage there. That it'll take a few years to get over that. I think.
Yeah. There's been a couple times I think where I've worn it on the channel, but yeah, just especially recently, like you said, with all the stuff that's going on, it's like put that away. It's almost like for any wrestling fans that might be watching, when Chris Benoit did what he did, it's like, okay, put the Benoit shirts in the closet.
Benoit.
Don't wear those. Yeah,
it's a long time ago now, isn't it?
Yeah, 2007.
Oh, I would have thought even farther back than that. Jeez.
No, yeah.
Seems like it was a long time ago. Well, that is a long time ago. Oh yeah, I know. What am I thinking about? That's that's close enough to 20 years. It's 17 years.
Yeah.
That tracks. Mm-hmm. That tracks. All right, looks like we're gonna have to question each other. You got any questions?
I don't know. I could try and look up first date question.
First date. Oh, I feel special.
Oh, we got 150 right here.
We got what?
I got 150 best questions to ask on a first date according to relationship experts.
All right, go ahead.
Number 1 is
how big is your? Oh no, that's not.
Number 1. Sorry, give me a second. The first question: what made you interested in going out with me?
It said in your profile you had a big dick.
Oh, perfect. So, number 2, what are you looking for?
A big dick, obviously.
Number 3, what matters to you?
Again, same answer.
Number 4, when you think of recent big political... Oh, okay, well, we'll skip that. Number 5. Oh, this is actually pretty decent. This is actually a really good, legit question. What does your work-life balance look like?
What's my work? I work all the time. There's no balance. It seems like
Work
it
is
anyway.
your life. Oh.
We lost
This is
Tyler.
our break. This question: what did you do when you had your week off? Almost. Oh,
When I had my week off, how does that thing know we had a week off? I'm afraid all of a sudden.
Yeah.
How did that app know we had a week off?
Yeah, the All-Star break. Apparently, you didn't get the memo.
I don't know. I'm afraid of that app now. What was that? What did I do on my week off?
Yeah, that's what it was.
I tried not to work, but I wasn't that successful. But I don't know what I didn't do anything.
That are half decent.
I didn't go anywhere. What'd you do on your week off?
I just kind of relaxed. Basically just relaxed and try to decompress from the games that have been going on beforehand.
Yeah, I mean that too. Yeah. No, I liked the break because of that. You know, it was nice to avoid being burnt out. Because always by near the end of the season, I don't feel like doing the games. I mean, I want to watch.
Get it over with.
Yeah, it gets to that point. I think having this bye weekend, like the 9 days, you know, with over halfway through the season.
Yeah,
and I think it was similar though last year too. And I don't think I fought the burnout as bad last year. Remember they had 10 days off. I'm going to say in February. Didn't they have like their bye week in February? I think so.
I think so.
So like I like that because you can sort of recharge. That's what I did. I mean, I didn't work that much. I didn't really put out any videos, maybe 1 or 2. But yeah, I tried to recharge batteries a bit. Because you know, when you get down to that last week, well, April's a tough month because you can see the end because we know we're not making the playoffs.
Right there.
You know we're not making the playoffs, right? So you can see the end of that daily grind. Yeah. And you just can't wait to get there, and it gets tough. And then the last game is great because it's the last one. You can relax and it's over, and you don't, you know. And
you've usually got a fun story or two to talk about as well.
Yeah, and I make it sound like maybe I don't enjoy doing the games, but that's not the case. It's just that there's so many.
There's 82 of them,
and it is you know, and it can get to you after a while. That's all.
Yeah,
and especially when you're losing. I mean, with the, you know, if we were winning and you know and whatever, it would be that much better because there's more excitement to it. You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So avoid the burnout. That's what I say.
Oh,
we still only have Matt. And Matt's just content to watch us too. All right.
Hell yeah. We must be entertaining though, at least.
Matt, you should change it to Matt Voyeur. I mean, I don't know. You're not contributing, but you should ask us some questions, dude. I'm just saying, no. I mean, he's 100% allowed to do that. Just, you know.
No. I know. Just the name that you had.
I'm just saying. Okay, I'm going to come up with something here. Right. I'm working on a 10 questions videos. One about like NHL questions, one for the Habs. I'm complete. Like I got all my questions for the Habs. I don't for the NHL. Let me try to find something we haven't at all talked about before.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, let's do this one. You might help me for when I do this video. Will Nathan MacKinnon or Nikita Kucherov win the Hart Trophy, or will someone else make a surprise run? Courtesy of Alex.
That's a good question from Alex. I find it tough to believe that MacKinnon can win it, just because the Avalanche have a really solid team overall. They have Cale Makar. Mikko Rantanen's on the team. They've had solid depth offensively and defensively on that team. With the Lightning, they're kind of more faltering, where the Avs are really in that prime cup contention status. The Lightning are slowly starting to go downhill. So Kucherov is like very clearly their best player. To me, I think it has to be Kucherov probably winning the Hart. As much as I would rather McKinnon, anybody else win it, it'll probably be Kucherov, unfortunately.
Losing Sergachev, obviously, for the rest of the season.
He's not
coming back from that. You don't think that could kind of maybe hurt his chances a little bit? Even though it still remains the best player on the team, it doesn't. But I mean, they're going to falter even more, maybe.
Probably. I think if they make the playoffs, Kucherov is a lock. If they end up falling out as a result of this,
I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. They're like neck and neck with Toronto. This could really screw that up. Toronto falling out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Sergachev injury. I didn't think of that till just now.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It does. Why not? Well, hey, it's either we make fun of the Leafs or we get to make fun of the Lightning. Either way, we're good.
No, I don't. You see, the Lightning don't bother me as much as other people, I guess. So I don't get my jollies by making fun of the Lightning. Now the Leafs, that's a different fucking story.
Oh yeah.
You know what? It'll just mean that I'll have one series to do after, when the playoffs roll around, because we started this last year when the Habs are out of the playoffs, right? So follow the Leafs to, cheer them on to lose. That's what it was. And then they end up winning the goddamn series, the first one. And it's like, okay, we got to watch them lose in the second. And they did not disappoint.
Oh, yeah. They got destroyed by the Panthers, thankfully.
Yeah, I think they're going to have their hands. Well, it depends on what they do up to deadline time.
Absolutely.
Right?
If they can move on from like Reeves or something and bring in.
But they're still handcuffed with those 4 fucking guys at the top. I mean, they're still.
Absolutely.
Right? They don't have a lot of fucking room to do anything, really, right? So.
No, I think I think last time I checked, they have
all that LTIR money that we were talking about that last
salary
night.
Cap, I think.
Yeah, they got like 20 guys on LTIR. Seriously,
okay, never mind.
They got like 5 or 6 guys on LTIR. They got all that money to use. Am I wrong?
No, you're not. They have right now Calle Armstrong and Joseph Wall on the regular IR, and then on LTIR.
Okay, well, no, you froze the whole time you listed the LTIR guys. But there's a bunch of guys there. There's a lot of money on LTIR for them.
It's weird.
Right? There's a lot of money there for them.
Yeah, there's a lot of money for sure.
Yeah, so they're probably going to be really busy at the deadline.
Definitely. Especially if they only have right now $34,999 in cap space.
Yeah, but they got like 4 or 5 guys. Just throw them on LTIR. There you go. There's your right. There's your money.
Yeah, I mean, there's been talks of them wanting to. I'd assume they'd probably move on from a JT Brody if they were to get another defenseman, because it's $5 million in or out, however much they end up getting back. They could maybe make a move, but it's going to be extremely tight without sending down like 2 or 3 players at minimum.
Definitely. Yeah, no, it's going to be tough for them either way. I wish them. I don't wish them well. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. and especially though, I will say, especially where they are right now, if the playoffs ended today, they'd be playing the Panthers, and I think that'd be. We know how fun that would be. We know how that'll go. We know how that goes. Yeah.
We've seen that one before.
Yep.
Matt asks us a question: who's going to be next to go from the Habs? Which Habs going out to get to bring what? Who
I think they mean
out to get to bring in. Who's leaving and who the Habs going to go grab to bring in? I mean, you got to think it's probably Jake Allen that go and coming back in. They're not going out to get anybody. If they bring somebody back in a trade, that's different. But are they going out to get somebody? No, I don't believe so.
I'm finding it hard to believe that Allen is next to go. And it's not because I want Allen to stay, obviously. I've made it well known. I don't like Jake Allen as a Canadian anymore.
Yeah.
But I think Tanner Pearson's the next one gone, weirdly enough. I think that he's played okay bottom 6 minutes. I think there could be a team that might be in need of a bottom 6 guy. I would be trying to look at teams right now, but I'm trying to get the current cap space up. Like right now, for example, Philadelphia is sort of in the playoff race. They're third in the Metro right now. If they wanted to try and add a forward, they have $4.75 million to do so. Tanner Pearson could be a decent addition. I think he fits their style of play as well. I could see Pearson being the next one gone, but
what's his AAV? Do you know what it is?
$3.25 million. He's a UFA at the end of the year.
Oh, it's only 3.25. I thought it was more.
No, yeah, it's only 3.25. It's not much at all.
I don't know. Here's why. He got injured. The finger. I'm putting this finger up. I don't know which finger it was. He got injured. He was out for a while, right? A couple of months.
Yeah.
What's he done since he came back? Nothing.
Like he's been okay defensively. He had a hot start to the year, and I think that got a lot of hopes up.
Okay, but think about what you said. He got a hot start to the year, like literally a hot start. First 7 games. After that, nothing really. A point here, an assist here and there, like very infrequent. Then he got hurt. Since he's back, I don't know if he's got any points. I'm just saying he's not playing. To me, he's not playing well enough for a team to be interested in him.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, to be fair,
now if he was
in 18-19, in 18-19, he was traded twice. He was traded once from the Kings to the Penguins. In that span, he played 17 games. He had 1 assist. And then when he was traded to the Canucks from the Penguins, he had 14 points in 44 total games. He's still a little ways off from that, obviously, but
also, I mean, 2017-18, so we're looking at 6 years ago.
Yeah, I don't think really the market has changed, not necessarily on Tanner Pearson, but I think on bottom 6 forwards, he's not going to get us a second or a third, but Pearson for a 6, maybe. It's like, there's probably a team that'd be willing to sacrifice a very late round draft pick.
Depends. That $3.25 million is going to come into play. And I mean, if he was making $1 million, I absolutely would probably say I absolutely agree. I think that $3.25 million is going to make a difference.
It definitely could, and it might have to be a situation of more so cap in, cap out, rather than getting a draft pick back. And I completely get that.
And this is where he said, who are they going to go out to bring in? Maybe in a situation like Pearson, they have to take a body back,
which I'd be completely fine with. Honestly, I think if you can,
but then say this, then what's the use? Because Pearson's a UFA at the end of the year. If they're taking a body back and saying it's like standing still.
I think it depends on if it's a straight body for body or if there is a pick involved. I think if there's a pick involved, there's no harm really either way. So just go ahead and make that type of deal. And I completely get, don't make a deal just to make a deal. But I think if it's again a 6th, maybe a 7th coming back, send Pearson to a team that maybe wants to be in a playoff run.
And I don't disagree with you, but I think that's a trade deadline day deal. Like, so you're saying
could be.
You're saying next guy out. That's why I don't have him as next guy out, because I think they'll make a deal before the deadline day. But Pearson sounds to me like a guy you move at the deadline. We both talked over. You were frozen. I wasn't. I just think I think that Pearson is a deadline deal day. I'd be a little surprised if somebody reaches for him early. Why? I don't see why. I don't see how he helps the team enough that, oh, well, we got to have him 2 weeks before the deadline. I don't see that. I think that's what I'm saying.
I get that.
Whereas Jake Allen,
to be fair, who's to say? Again, he is not the first deal at the deadline. Who's to say he's not he's not the first guy?
No, nobody is. But I just think he, I think Allen more than likely, because Allen, if you get Allen now, as opposed to a month from now, that could make a difference for you. Like that could make a significant difference actually for a team that is contending. That needs a goalie. Who was I thinking of? There's a few teams really that they got one goalie, they don't have a backup, and they barely have that one goalie. So there's teams out there that could contend or be more of a serious contender. If they upgrade at their backup position. I wish I had a team. I had a team in mind that went out of my head. I'm thinking Carolina, but I don't know if I'm right on that.
I'll look on Carolina's roster, see how their goalies are doing.
There's a team I'm thinking of. I know there's a freaking team I'm thinking of, and it's not coming. But, a team like that, get Jake Allen now, could really make a difference in their chances.
Yeah, it definitely could. I mean, Carolina, with them only having about $4 million cap, it might have to be down to
Habs are going to have to retain. Habs are going to have to retain.
More than likely.
I know they're going to have to retain.
Unless it's a team like, for some reason, Detroit. I don't know why they'd want Jake Allen. They seem to be allergic to talent. But
honestly, I don't think any of the contending teams really have the cap space to look at it and go, well, yeah, they could do it. I don't think so. There has to be retention involved, I think.
Yeah. I'm looking at it, and for example, like Colorado, if they wanted Allen as the backup, they would definitely have to get rid of a contract, and I don't see anybody on the roster that they'd be willing to get rid of. Yeah. So a team like them would have to be out immediately.
There's a couple of teams out there that I could see easily being interested in
Jersey
and Jake Allen. Yeah, Jersey. Maybe Jersey was that. There's a team. I don't know. Their guy was playing like a lot of games, and the backup was really like inexperienced. I can't remember what team. Just to remind people, I know there's an extra person out there. Woohoo! If you're out there, say hi, ask a question, hockey or otherwise, and we'll answer it. And that's the name of the game tonight. Let us know who's here, though. Say hi. You don't have to talk after. We just like to know who's here.
I agree. It's always fun to. That's what sucks is when you've got like 13 people in a live stream and there's like one person talking.
Yeah, one or two or three, and there's like and it sucks only in that you'd like to talk to more people and you'd like to talk to the people that are there, but I mean exactly. every stream, the bulk of the people are not going to talk to you. Because I watch a lot of live streams, I don't say nothing. I watch live streams. I don't say nothing. I just watch.
Yeah. Everybody has that. They'll watch some live streams and they'll talk.
So it's hard, whatever. It's our job to coax it out of them, I guess. We're not being successful though tonight. And whoever.
All right. Brendan Gallagher will be the next Hab traded. All right, there we go.
Without retention, I don't think so.
We can hope, but.
Not without retention, and there's no way they're retaining on him.
Yeah,
he's got 3 more years after this. There's no way they're retaining, because if anybody does say we'll take Gallagher, but you got to retain half the salary, 3.25 over 3 years more. I don't think they're not doing that.
No. The only way they would if we were just starting the rebuild now. That's the only way we'd probably consider.
And even then, I don't think this GM would do that.
Probably not.
It's too much money. And too much term, like for a year maybe, but it's too much term.
Exactly, yeah. Like 1-2 years, like, okay, you can live with that. But yeah, no, for the 4 years, 3 years after this year, it gets dicey, especially with some of the guys that are about to expire in the next year or two.
Right, and especially when you can only have 3 retention slots used up at one time. So you can't.
Exactly.
It's not like 3 a year they can carry. You got 3. If they're all used up for however length of time they're used up, you don't have any.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to be careful with that.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, our GM is not a he's a very careful guy. He's very well thought out, and sticks to his plan. He's not, he's not going to do something like that.
Nah. The Habs start 8-1-1. He's not going to make the sudden push to go get every single good player on the market all of a sudden. He's going to wait it out and see how.
Oh yeah, he's not doing things. He's not doing things rashly.
Exactly.
Like Bearsman did that, at times.
Yeah, at times he did. Yeah.
KK pick was rash.
Yeah. Yeah.
People are saying about Galchenyuk that he reached and all that. He did not.
Was Galchenyuk not the second ranked player in that draft?
He was definitely top 3, and they picked him 3rd, didn't they? Or was it 5th? Yeah, no, he was, and he was the guy I wanted. I saw people say he was a reach. He was a reach. Galchenyuk was not a reach.
Yeah, no, I can't see that at all.
No.
I'm trying to look.
Even if you look back, he's still one of the better players of that draft.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Yeah, Galchenyuk was, at least with this one mock draft that I'm seeing, 5th overall is where they had him. Where got him 5th? I don't remember. Got him at a 3rd.
It was 3rd. It was Yakupov. Yeah. I can't. Who was 2nd?
Yakupov
was 1st. What? No. Yeah, Yakupov was 1st, wasn't he?
Yeah, Yakupov was 1st, and then it was Ryan Murray.
Ryan Murray. Yeah. It was not a good draft. Not a good draft year. It was not a good draft year.
No, it was not.
So
this mock draft, the one I'm looking at,
Galchenyuk was one of the best players in that draft.
Oh,
I think anyway.
Oh, there we go. We're back.
All right. Yeah, no, you're up, but you're off and on.
Yeah, so I've been trying my best to close any programs.
Harry's in the basement, and his Wi-Fi works great upstairs, but not in the basement, which is a normal problem. It's because of the foundation. It's all cement.
Yeah,
that's what the problem is. So you need a booster, or you got to be wired.
Yeah. Which is weird though, because I've noticed it's like every 10 minutes it has a little burst like that where it's like disconnected. Every other time it's fine, but every 10 minutes it seems like it's like trying to.
I don't know with the timeline, but you're right. You can go for a while, everything's fine, then you'll go a little bit, and then you'll be back because now you're in a good one. Like now it's good. It's not. You're not freezing.
Yeah, exactly.
The one way to solve that is to get wired in. That's the only real way for sure to solve that problem.
Yeah,
that's how I'm
gonna have to try
a really long wire, man. Like I said, I got 100-footer here.
Yeah, I was considering that. I was trying to measure last night. After we stopped talking, I went upstairs. I tried to measure. Okay, well, run it up the wall, run it over the ceiling, down. I was like, "There's no way 100-footer would fit." I'm
not sure with all the other sizes, but I'm sure there's a size that would work for you.
Probably. 100-foot Ethernet. Let me see if there's a 200-foot.
There must be a 200-foot if there's 100.
Yep, there is a 200-foot. So
yeah, and they're not as expensive as you might think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, they work really well. And that solves your problem. Not just for here, obviously, but for you would not have you would never lose your internet.
Yeah. Always plugged in, that'd be fucking great.
Yeah, I would hate that. I tell you, you know what? I'm such a whenever it is down, and it happens rarely, but it happens, then it's like I don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
I am so stuck on this computer, it's crazy. It's all my entertainment. Like I don't have I can sort of watch TV. I get a few channels over the air. But I mean I don't really have TV. I don't have everything's on that goddamn internet.
Yeah. Yeah, like I have 2 hard drives. One of them I legally download like movies and TV shows from Netflix, and so it's like I have a little bit, and then obviously I have
Yeah.
all this stuff.
Yeah, I
But
don't
yeah,
have
like
even that. See, I don't have that.
Yeah.
And I used to have a hard drive full of stuff too, but I don't do that anymore because I stream most of my stuff.
Yeah, it just
I
makes
don't
sense.
download from Pirate Bay anymore or whatever, wherever. Because they're all down anyway and they're all gone.
Yeah.
So I don't
they
do
keep
the
going
torrents
down.
anymore. Yeah, so I don't
Yeah.
have that. So when I don't have it, I have nothing.
Yeah.
That's horrible that I'm at my age. I should be like that. I understand you kids being like that because I mean you grew up with that. I should know
Yeah.
better. I mean, I read when that happens. I read. Sit here and I read. Twiddle my thumbs. Read. What else are you gonna do? Well, you know what? You know what we learned from tonight. We definitely got advertised.
Yeah.
Before.
I mean, I think people who watch this after will be entertained by the conversation. At least I think.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Well, I don't want to be that many views afterward. I mean, the channel's still growing.
Exactly. Yeah.
The channel's still growing,
Yeah.
and there's we're not doing enough content right now. But I'm working on a video. By the way, I don't know if you want. I was going to ask you this, but if you want to work, you want to do this video with me, the NHL one, the Habs questions, I'm good. You want to work on you want to film it with me?
Sure, I'd be down.
It's almost ready. I just have to. I need 3 more questions, and then I just have to do the overlay things, but then ready to film. And there's no script. I mean, just questions, and then we answer them.
All right, sure, I'd be down for that.
Okay. Because
that's for this channel?
I'm gonna get lost on some of it. Like I asked Alex for some questions, right? So he threw me out 5 of them, and I laughed. I said, "Well, I wanted easier ones that I could actually answer." It's not that I don't know the NHL, but I mean, to talk about it sometimes, I don't know it well enough. I don't know what I don't watch enough of the other teams.
Yeah, exactly.
I know the NHL a lot better than I do. Like I used to when I was young. When I was young, I knew the NHL intimately. Every team, all the players. Like I knew the NHL. But I haven't gotten there yet since I started. But I've come a long way. When I first started, I barely could talk hockey. I have no idea why people watched me, except I think to laugh. Like this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Well, now they will watch you to laugh because you are genuinely really funny. I will say that, Rick.
I'm trying. I appreciate it. I'm trying. I'm trying too hard some nights. It's being Jewish. It's in our blood. We're natural comedians. I'm not really a natural comedian, but I'm trying. See, even that wasn't that funny. So shut up, Rick. All right, when are we going to get people?
10 minutes.
Well, we'll go for an hour. If we still have it, we'll stop at an hour. If you're good for that, another 22 minutes. Right. Or so. But hopefully people will show up. But it's Friday night. People are out there trying to get laid.
Yeah, fucking Wi-Fi's off.
Out trying to get drunk. Not please the girlfriend or the wife. And they don't want to know about us.
Keyword being try.
What was that? What did you say?
Well, keyword being try.
Well, I still don't get that. People being.
I said keyword being try.
Keyword. I didn't hear that. Keyword being try to get laid. Yeah. Yeah, I gave up trying a long time ago. That's what porn is for, isn't it? Isn't that what porn is for?
I freeze, so all I come back to hear is just, isn't that what porn is for? So I have no.
Well, you can't get laid. That's what porn is for.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. That's funny. You mentioned, try to please the girlfriend or the wife, not thinking about us. I would fucking hope that they are not.
Well, like Johnny Carson, put Johnny Carson on, or you're too young for that, but that's what people used to
Johnny
do.
Carson.
Yeah, okay, so but that's what people used to do: put Carson on and have sex, go to bed. So a lot of people had sex in front of Carson. He made some jokes about it.
Oh, sure.
Black Viper, welcome to the
Hey.
channel. Is that one of your guys, Black Viper, or just
Yes,
yeah?
sir. Yes, it is.
Awesome. What do you think of Casey Middlestat and Buffalo trying to trade him? Do you think it's a good fit for Montreal? Yeah, I don't know a ton about him, but I know enough to think that yeah, but he's a center though, right?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
See, this is where the problem is. I mean, although listen, we're looking for a good quality winger for that second line. But from my consensus of hearing other people though, who know more about him than I do, I think so. Harry, what say you? You probably know him better than I do.
I've seen a little bit of a Middlestats game from his time as a Sabres. More this year than recent. And I'm one of my best friends is a Sabres fan, so he tells me a lot about Middlestat. He would be a really solid fit for the Sabres. He's a guy that really stepped his game up last year. He was on the verge of really being a bust. But he had a really solid last year, 59 points in the full season. This year, 42 points. He's on pace for about 65, 70. I think the Canadians, if that's what they can get out of a second-line center in Middlestat, I think that'd be incredible. The only issue is that he is a pending RFA. He is due to be paid big time. And the Canadians, not that they necessarily have a lack of money available. I think it's more so that the Canadians, again, they more than likely don't want to pay someone more than the captain. We've discussed it before. It's not exactly that they don't want to. It's that they're aiming to not
elite enough, maybe for what they're looking to spend their money on.
Probably not. I mean, again, Middlestat's on pace for 65 points. He's 25 years old. He's still a year or two away from being his prime self. So I think he definitely has a chance to be a 70-point scorer in his prime. The issue is that he is a center. If he's a winger, I think the Canadians are 100% in on him.
So this is the Middlestat, the older one, because doesn't he have a brother that was drafted a couple of years ago?
Yes, he does.
Right, so that's not this guy. This is the Casey Middlestat, like you said, that was kind of had a good year and then went downhill for a few years. Am I right?
No, he actually started off. He was verging on being a bust, but last year he broke out.
Didn't he have his first year? He looked really good, and then he never got there. And then last year, like you said, last year he had a good year. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, the other guy is Luke. So Casey is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Habs prospect Luke Middlestat, by the way.
Right. That's right. The Habs drafted him a couple years ago.
Yep. 7th round last year.
Was last year. Okay. So can't be him. I don't know. I dare say this, that he sounds like he's not a third line winger.
No, not at all.
Right. So I dare say, I don't know why I'm using that word so much. Not elite enough. I would think the Habs are going to want a more of an elite winger on that second line. I think fans are going to want that.
Yes.
Too. I don't think that's the guy the fans would be thinking of to put there. Although, depends how long you're looking at, I don't know.
Yeah, it depends if Middlestat wants an 8-year deal, if he only wants a bridge deal. Depends on what he wants.
From us. Unless, we trade for him, then he could, yeah.
Yeah, because he's a pending RFA,
yeah.
I've seen fans. Apparently, the rumors are heating up that Zegras is connected to the Habs again. I've seen that.
Yeah, actually, we're going to talk about that because that's one of the questions that I've got.
Oh, is it actually?
Yeah, I do. I have a Zegras question. Where is it? I know I had one. Oh, I thought I did have one. Oh, it's in the it's in the Habs one. Yeah. I'm going to talk about it there.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, what was the question I asked? Should the team try to trade for Zegras? There's more to it, but that's the question.
Yeah, the gist of it. Yeah.
And I go, he's 22. He's got chemistry with Caulfield. He signed through 25-26, though at $5.75 million. That's something. And then he's an RFA. That he's 6 foot, 185, and his career totals aren't bad. 53, 9, and 93 for 146 points in 200 games. But from what I understand, he's got an attitude problem.
Yes.
there's some character issues there that I don't think fit here in Montreal.
No, they it definitely doesn't. I mean, Zegras apparently, and fans have been saying, "Oh, he watches Habs fan TV. Caulfield's been showing him." It's like, well, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Like, okay,
he's going through another period there.
He might to be here, but if he can't fix those attitude problems, if he thinks that he's going to come in and immediately be the first line center or even a top 6 center, and we're not saying that.
Yeah, I like that's a problem.
He had issues there for sure. I mean, it'd be great to have him. I'd personally love to have Trevor Zegras in Montreal, but only if it were to actually better the team and not cause any rifts. If this year not playing his usual self.
Black Viper puts up a good point. They say and I've read this before, that he's a bit soft. I don't like that either.
Say that. I don't know if I would say that because
I don't know well enough, and I haven't seen him play enough for that. But if that's the case, I don't like it.
I mean, I don't think. Oh. There was I'm on HockeyDB, and for some reason, one of the ads started playing music.
It happens to me every now and then. So, like, I'm going, where the hell is it coming from? Oh, how?
Yeah, because I turned off my ad block, so I was like, oh yeah, I have ads now. But yeah, looking at Zegras, I mean, last year he had 88 penalty minutes in 81 games, and the year before that, 50 and 75. He's not afraid to get a little bit scrappy, from my view. Now, a lot of those are probably very unnecessary penalties, definitely, but
they could be. They could be cheap shots too, a little bit. You don't know. He might be.
That is true. They could be.
I mean, that doesn't make him not soft.
No, definitely not. No, but I do think I've seen a couple scraps where he's involved, and he's not afraid to get involved in there. He's not afraid to.
I thought he was smaller, so I was surprised at 6 foot. To be honest.
Yeah, no, I think, and plus, like, I think this is why some people are saying Zegras could be a fit, because not only is he a center, he also can play the wing. So
yeah, he's a left winger, but it's the same. Like, basically, although Caulfield's listed as both, right? So it doesn't matter. But
yeah,
he's listed as a center left wing. Zegras.
Yeah,
I checked on it today.
I mean. Like, I don't know. Here's like I've seen some Habs fans, obviously, about both Zegras and Mittelstadt. I wonder how long it is until fans start theorizing at the deadline that we somehow get both Zegras and Mittelstadt. How long is it going to take for fans to start throwing that out?
The delusional ones, yes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but I discount what the delusional ones.
Yeah.
By the way, I just wanted to say something that Habs Fan TV or whatever you were talking about. What's it called?
HFTV now.
Yeah. Those guys bug me. You know why?
Why?
Their egos bug me. They think they're special, and I don't see why. I don't know. There's something about that channel that on Twitter that it bugs me. Their posts. I follow them, but they've gotten under my skin lately, and I can't put my finger on why.
I mean, I haven't really seen that too much. Then again, I don't follow them much on Twitter. I haven't seen much of their content lately, but I've enjoyed them from what I've seen of them. But again, like I said, I haven't seen much recently. So
yeah, at the beginning when they were like okay, but now they're out in front of the Bell Center. They're like I complained about John from Hot Take that after they won, and he was acting like he was insane because he was really happy that this team won.
Yeah,
they do this outside the Bell Center.
Yeah,
like did we win anything? We won a game, or Caulfield scored a goal. They're doing that. And I'm like, no, I don't like that.
I will be fair though. I yell a lot when Caulfield scores as well. So
okay, I do, but I don't go like I don't go like they should come from the Douglas and pick me up. Put me in a straitjacket. And I've seen some of their videos on or whatever on Twitter, and it's like I don't like that. You know,
fair,
it's like
fair.
it's like the religious people, you know, talking in tongues and going. That's what they do, and it's like I don't get it. Why?
Yeah,
It just doesn't
yeah,
work for me. It really doesn't
I
work for
get
me.
that. I get that. They're very acquired taste, definitely.
Yeah, if you're a lunatic, you can acquire the taste. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Maybe.
They hear that they're going to be on my case. Black Viper says we only need one more top 6 forward. I mean, theoretically, yes, but
Yeah,
when one of them goes down, I mean, we need like an elite player up there, but we also need some more depth, quality depth for when, because I mean, you know, we've gotten burned with injuries so many times. So once we get to a point where, you know, we're going to make the playoffs and stuff, we need some quality depth so that, you know, one injury doesn't knock us out of the playoffs.
exactly. And it's not only a mix of needing those top 6 guys, but it's guys that can fill in for those spots and be reliable in those positions. Like having Newhook, for example, if we end up making him the third line center, or a third line winger, sorry, which I don't see, but if
Third
that
line
does end up
winger,
being the case.
Newhook? No, second line winger, Newhook. Not third.
Wall, I mean, sorry, not Newhook.
Josh Wall, yeah, but because there might not be space anywhere else.
Exactly, but like that's what I'm saying is that if Wall is a third line winger and say Newhook were to go down, you know, okay, Wall comes up and he's reliable in that role. I think that's what we would expect. That's what we want out of the depth for the team.
That's fine. That works for me. But the point is that, you know, one injury doesn't, or, you know, or two doesn't kill you.
Exactly.
Season.
Exactly. That we have that depth where it's very next man up. Just next man up. Just all right. You know, he's out. That sucks.
Listen, that's how the Habs did it in the 70s. It's like I mean, they had injuries, but I mean, they had quality, you know, a different era, and I get it, you know, that, but
that still doesn't stop you.
For. It was what you got to shoot for. You got to try to do that. It's not as easy as it was back then to do, but you know, I think that's their goal. Black Viper agrees with me, by the way. He doesn't like HFTV, just all the screaming all the time. It used to be they interviewed, now they just scream. I think that's 100% it. They used to talk to people, and now every time I see it, they're screaming literally at the top of their lungs outside the Bell Center and dancing around and screaming like it's some kind of religious thing. And it's not. It's hockey.
I mean, to be fair, to a lot of Quebecois, the hockey is very much a religion.
Yeah, I don't think it's like that anymore, though. I get it. When I grew up, sure, in the 80s, even into the 90s, it was. But something changed in the 90s. And it's not, I don't think it, I mean, there are fans.
Mario Tremblay.
Yeah. There are fans that still are like that, and I get that, but I don't think it's like it used to be. I mean, when I remember in the 80s, say when I first started going to work, and I was a courier, so I was going to all different kinds of offices. You'd hear Habs talk everywhere. Everywhere. You'd hear, you could pick up on conversation. You'd hear people talking about it. Now, I mean, I'm not currently doing that. So I don't, but I know it changed in the 90s, in the, you know, the mid 90s till I stopped, you know, till I stopped working, doing that kind of work anyway. You didn't hear it anymore. It just wasn't there. And then there were a couple of seasons we'd have good years, and then the excitement was there a bit. And I don't know.
Yeah, like 2010, 2014, I'd assume. 2021, if people were fucking allowed to go out.
There were a few times, and I mean, other years too, earlier, that, you know, you'd see the flags, you know, people were excited about the playoffs, but, you know, unless in Montreal's, if we don't win the cup, it's not a good year. I mean, that's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
We could be seventh game of game 7 of the finals, and we lost. It wasn't a good year. Like, that's how we were. So, I guess I'm a different I'm a different. What's the word I'm looking for?
Breed.
I'm old. I'm old. Different era.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, we'll go another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get any more people.
Oh
well, we'll advertise this next time.
Yep.
We'll put it on the schedule and make sure that we're doing this regularly. But thank you there, Black Viper. Matt left, obviously. Matt Outdoor left, and Black Viper filled in. And that left us at least with one person talking to us, sort of. Well, Black Viper's done a better job of talking to us than Matt did.
Yeah.
What is the term?
Bandwagon?
Bandwagon, yeah. He only missed a letter. I was thrown off. Yeah, I mean, there's so many, and I complained about this a lot.
Oh, Matt's still here, by the way.
Oh, you are here. Oh. Did you go out of the... It says there's two people
yeah,
there.
I did.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought you were still in there.
No.
There's no worries. I 2 years, I think I stopped complaining about the bandwagoners like 2 years ago, but I did plenty of stuff on them. Yeah, we got a lot of bandwagon jumping here in Montreal.
Like I actually think if you jump onto the team now, because the Canadians, if you're getting into hockey and you're jumping now, you're a legit fan because this team is awful. And
but okay, but they're the bandwagon jumpers are here when they're playing well, when they win a big game. When they lose, they jump off. If they win the next game, they jump back on. And if they lose that game after, they jump right back off. And that's
there's someone in my chat. I have that he changed the profile picture to a Rangers logo. Jeez. And he said, "Oh, this team is doomed. It's been 30 years without a cup. We've done nothing. The rebuild has failed after we lose." And it's like, I spent like 3 streams trying to hey, look, dude, it's fine. First rebuild in franchise history. I tried to tell him all this, it didn't work.
So he jumped from a team that won last in 93 to a team that last won in 94.
Yeah. I didn't think of that. I mean, closer.
Year. That's just funny.
31 years to 30. I mean, which one was closer?
You'd think you'd set your sights a little higher than that.
Colorado or Tampa. No, I'll go for the Rangers.
Right? It was 94 their last win, right? They didn't win since then.
Nope. They did make it in 2014, though.
Juan, I'm talking about.
Yeah, no,
they only made it there.
94.
And they only made it there because of fucking Chris Kreider knocking
I've
Carey
actually
Price
jumped.
out.
It was fully on Alexei Emelin.
Doesn't matter. You think Emelin threw him in there?
Well, he didn't throw him, but the way that he moves his stick, because Kreider's going to push the skate out, when Emelin chops at him to try and get the puck loose and he hits his skates, that's what ends up causing the collision. I saw it recently in slow motion. I was like, oh shit, I noticed that. And so it was like, wow, we've been blaming Kreider for no reason. I still don't like Chris Kreider, but yeah, that's on.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. Can we take that back? I don't want to hear that and change my phone. I don't want to do that. Have a new take.
Well, now. I mean, it doesn't excuse every other goalie run he committed.
No, that's true, right? It doesn't excuse other bullshit. So he's guilty by association.
We'll say that. I agree.
That's all.
Also, I just realized with me having the neck protect.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi decides to screw you up again. We just have to wait it out.
Oh.
Yeah, because you're right. It screws up for like 30 seconds, and then it's good for a while. But what is that? You're wearing like a neck protector.
It's like a. No, it's like it's a sweater that came with the neck protector. I don't know what exactly it is, but
It's got a
I like
zipper
it.
though. It's got a zipper.
A little bit, not
Oh,
exactly.
I
but
see what it
kind
is.
of.
Oh, I thought I didn't. I would not have thought it's. Yeah, I thought it was just a regular sweater, a regular hockey
Yeah,
jersey.
no, it's kind of a
not. But with a
kind of a
zipper in the
Fonz
front.
thing going on.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, that's why I said it's got the neck protector. Makes me look like a freaking European hockey player. Like you hide the Penguins
Plecatic.
logo. Like you
Plecatic.
hide the yeah. Who, by the way, I think just retired recently. Did he not? Like a couple months ago?
I think you might be right.
I'm actually gonna look that up.
Hey, we got another person here. Sons of Liberty.
Hey, Sons, how's it going?
Oh, by the way, since you're all here and you use this, what does SMH mean? I've been told before, but I can't remember.
Shaking my head.
Shaking my head.
Yeah.
Because every time I see it, okay, let me figure this out. Nope, I cannot figure it out. Nothing makes sense.
Yeah, no.
Shaking
so
my
Sons, because Sons is an Islanders fan, and they don't like the Penguins, so he's saying Harry's an Islanders fan. God, and so it's shaking my head. It's like usually it's supposed to signify like disappointment.
Yeah, he's not a Penguins fan. Well, he might be. I don't know.
I used to be. That's why my parents got me this. But
okay.
I'm more a Sidney Crosby fan now, more than a Penguins fan.
You used to be a Penguins fan, then you got smart and grew up.
well, I wasn't always like Penguins number one. I was always Habs number one, but Penguins are always like my number two. And then
you're right. Penguins are number 2.
Exactly. Well, now they're more like number 13, but I mean.
Well, Alex thinks they're number 2. Alex hates the Penguins. Oh my God, he hates the Penguins.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, he's a Flyers fan. He kind of has to.
Yeah, I get it, but I mean, he really hates this. Like I hate the Leafs. I mean, he hates the Penguins like I hate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As a Habs fan, you have to hate either one of Boston or Toronto, if not both. You have to hate at least one of them.
Yeah, but you see, the difference for me is I hate Toronto.
Yeah.
Fully and passionately, I hate Toronto. Boston, I hate them, but respect them.
Yes,
there's a difference.
I'm learning to more hate Boston because I was okay with them. I'm learning to hate them. I will have a respect for them. The Leafs, it sucks because I can never fully hate them because my best friend is a Leafs fan and I want her to be happy. So I can never fully hate the Leafs.
Oh, I would not bend for that. Nope. For nothing.
Oh, Black Viper, okay.
Well, what's he saying there? Only Quebecers are allowed to root for Habs. The rest aren't allowed to be Habs fans. It's not legit having foreigners root for us. It's not acceptable. It's absolutely acceptable.
Exactly. And
the
then
more the merrier, man.
Exactly. Like if we want to have like 18 guys from Slovakia rooting for the Canadians, it's more than that probably. But
and why shouldn't they?
Exactly. Especially if we got Slavkovsky. Like, fuck
yeah,
why shouldn't they? We'll happily take you in.
Right. 100%.
Exactly. If we can get the whole of Slovakia as Canadians fans, fuck, we'll take them. We'll take a legit entire country.
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, you don't have to live in the city to to love the team. No, I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah.
Got to be inclusive, not exclusive.
Exactly. That's what the French government doesn't want you to be.
They want you to be exclusive. And you shouldn't be.
You should be free and open like I'm about to be. No.
But wait a second, Black Viper, why is it not sincere? I mean, because what you're saying is a case. Like, I'm in Montreal. We don't have an NFL team here, so I wouldn't be allowed to. I mean, I don't, but I wouldn't be allowed to root for an NFL team. We don't have a baseball team anymore. I'm not allowed to like a different team because we don't.
Yeah.
I mean, how does that work?
Yeah. I'm not allowed to like the Washington Nationals because they were formerly the Expos, but now they're not.
That one I'll agree with.
Oh, yeah.
No, you can like what you. The point is, you can like who you want.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I don't think there should be any gatekeeping of any kind.
No, any community. No, fandom should not be have a gatekeeper to it. Nope.
It's like if I'm a big fan of country music, It's like saying, "Oh, you got to live in America to be a country music fan." It's like that doesn't make sense.
On that list where we might need to use in case we have to fire you, that's another check there on there.
You don't like country music, Rick?
I'm just bugging you. By the way, I know there's nobody here, but who knows who's going to be watching. We should announce Harry is now a permanent member of the Puck Around podcast and a partner of all of ours. So now we're 5 of us. So yeah, we're announcing that officially.
Give a little salami.
What was that?
Give a little salami, glove in the air, shoot it down. The issue I don't have hockey gloves or a stick down here. Thank you, Ray.
Congratulations on the all the money he's going to be making starting right in the next, hopefully in the next 5 years. But he'll be you'll be seeing some. Harry will be doing some videos on the channel as well, and all these live streams and stuff, and yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, no, I don't see it as a win for Harry. I see it more as a win for us. No, seriously. I mean, it is a win for Harry, but we're so small and everything. That's why I say that right now. But I think it's a win for us because I mean, he only makes everything we're doing here a lot better. So,
thank you, Rick. Thank you.
And don't forget to put that check in the mail, Yeah. No, listen, we're very happy to have Harry as a permanent part of this channel.
And I'm extremely happy to be here.
And he has to say that if he wants to stay. No,
I really,
Ray might not. What's that? Sorry.
I said I'm really happy to be here. I know it might be my.
We got to wait out that you're in one of your modes there. Rangers might not be in my bottom 3. What do you mean in your bottom 3? And they might not be. What do you mean? Bottom 3 teams that you don't like? Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, it's really laggy now.
Yeah, it goes away though. No?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. It was a little bit longer than usual though that time. That was weird.
I thought it stopped for a second and then started up. I think you're right. It was longer. Oh well. Oh, look who's there.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Rick
also Sons of the
What's that?
Yeah, thank you, man.
It's not the Rick team.
It's the Don't Puck with Media team.
I'm just the leader, but I'm not now. It's not the Rick team, though.
I'm the leader.
I'm the captain of the team, but we're all a team.
I mean, you are the executive producer, so I mean,
I'm the captain of the team. I don't mind saying that, but it doesn't give me that much more importance. Like I don't think of myself that way, and when I do, and it does happen, I smack myself in the head because it's a co-op kind of a thing. It's not, we all have our roles, we all pull together, and we all make it work.
Exactly. I'm more than happy with that.
Although not yet, because we're still growing, but we're making it work. Making it work. There was a song like that when I was young. Making it work. Who does that? Doug and the Slugs, I think. No, seriously, Doug and the Slugs. You know what's funny about that? I was working at a restaurant, and the owner of the restaurant, who was really friendly, we were friends, and his nickname for me was the Slug. Because I used to fuck around. I'd go do a delivery. I'd go do errands and shit. So I was kind of slow, I guess. But then a friend of mine, actually not a guy I knew from Ormstown when I was in high school, but like we sort of like I was in one of his a couple of classes with his sister. So he comes to work at the restaurant there. We find out all this stuff. We become friends. So Doug and the Slug. So we used to make a joke about that. Yeah. Wait. Did I confuse Matt Outdoor for Matt Norton, or does Matt Norton show up before? I did confuse Matt Outdoor for Matt Norton, didn't I?
I think you did, yeah.
I did, 100%. How did I do that?
I
just realized that I said when he came in.
I said when he came in, hi, Matt Outdoor.
I swear to God, I looked at it and I saw Matt Norton. Like, I swear to God, now I'm looking at Matt Outdoor. Wait, where's Matt? The other Matt. Oh, oh my God. Okay. Hey, listen. This stuff is really good.
I could imagine.
It must be.
Mm-hmm.
It'd been a long day.
Oh, Black Viper. Do we think Harris stays or do we think he stays? And if he leaves, what's his price?
What's his price?
Yeah, like I think what's the price that we get back for him? I'd assume that's what he means.
Well, okay, it depends. If you're asking, do they trade him at the deadline? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you can tell that. Does Harris stay in the long run, like over the next 2-3 seasons, with the addition of Hudson, Mayu, and Reinbacher? Yeah, I got to say no. But this season, I don't know if they trade him this year. Maybe maybe the off season, maybe next season. But I do think Harris, Barron, Kovacevic. I don't see how they stick around if Hudson, Mayu, and Reinbacher all three hit.
Yep.
And they're good. I don't see how they can stay around.
I can't see it either.
At that point, they bring you back some good, maybe some you package them, or you get future stuff. They bring you back something.
Yep.
Because they're still quality. It's just that I don't see how they're going to be any better. That they're going to be better than those other three guys, and you can't have all of them around. And they're too good to be sent to the minors to stay there, so that you can't do that to them. So they can't stay around over the next few years. No.
Unfortunately, as much as we'd love for them all to hit, we're going to deal guys out eventually.
I don't dislike Barron. I think they're going to be good defensemen, and Kovacevic too. But there's not going to be room here.
Yeah.
Because I don't see how they outlast Struble or Jack Eye, and then there's no room. And Gooley's not going anywhere.
No.
Right? And then they're going to have to still move Savard and Matheson. I mean,
Yeah.
So there's not enough room here.
I am interested though. If Matheson maybe moves his deadline, I don't want to see it happen, but I am curious if it does happen.
I read both. That was like both opinions from good people. That is very convincing for both arguments, right? But I think the most convincing argument I heard was from, and he didn't have that in last night's show, but Treg Wilson on the Habs Unfiltered podcast that I listened to on Monday or Tuesday. It was from Sunday, and they were talking about it. And he says this: if Lane Hudson, who will be here at some point this season, and we'll get a look at him, and if Lane Hudson hits like right away, he comes up, and there's no doubt Lane Hudson's an NHLer and blah blah blah. He makes Matheson kind of expendable because they're basically the same guy, and you don't have room for both of them at that point. Now, you can say Matheson with the veteran experience, and you need those guys around, and you do, but you've got so many of these young defensemen that are going to be that good that I don't know if there's room for Matheson at that point. So, but I'm undecided. Like you can make an argument you got to keep Matheson, and you make an argument you got to trade him even as soon as this deadline. But I don't think at this deadline anyway. Maybe in the off season, but more than likely by next deadline. That's what I think.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't want to see us trade him.
It's probably decent. Like you're going to get better for him than you had to give up to get him because he came here and he's having his two best seasons in his career. So his value is sky high. Another reason why you might have to trade him too. Because a guy like Matheson might get you that player that we're talking about for that wing. A guy like Matheson can get you that player. Maybe not alone, but Matheson and a pick or Matheson and somebody, and you get that guy you're looking for. I could see that happening. So, he's an important player, but he may be more important at some point to move him. And he might not have a choice.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I mean, we were talking about Casey Middlestat earlier. I mean, the Sabres have a decent amount of cap space. I don't think I could see Middlestat being moved for Matheson 1-for-1 on either side of the deal, but the Sabres just lost Matthias Samuelsson for the remainder of the year. I forget what it was. I think it was I forget exactly what I think it was a leg injury.
Yeah,
but they just lost.
I don't know what it was either, but yeah.
Yeah, they just lost Matthias Samuelsson, so maybe they could be in the need for a defenseman like that. It would be interesting to see if that happens. But
if they were in a playoff run, maybe, but I don't think not in a playoff run.
Even then, I mean, Middlestat, if he doesn't want to be in Buffalo long term, and Matheson, he has I think 2 or 3 more years left on his current deal. They could maybe work because Buffalo probably wants to be in the playoffs next year. So
I think Matheson signed through next year.
Oh, I can actually check right now. I'm on Cap Friendly.
I think next year. So that's why I say even next year, the trade deadline, because he's I think he's going to be a free agent.
He signed through until 25-26, actually.
Oh, he's got 2 more.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Defenseman with term as well. That could even get you back even more of a haul, actually.
But listen, they're not moving Matheson at the deadline. And why? Because they haven't seen Hudson yet. There's no way they're doing that until Hudson's been here.
And we're not going to see Hudson probably until last handful of games.
Right. And then they're going to have to make a decision. It's not going to be, they're going to take some time with that. If they're moving Matheson, it's off season this year.
Yep. Earliest we move him is the draft, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe at the draft. If not, it's after that. But I don't see them. I don't think they're moving Matheson until off season, and I think next trade deadline is more likely.
Yeah, I could say. I think depending on where the Canadians are, obviously, but I think it could maybe happen. Suns is going to the Stadium Series next week. Hell yeah!
I have to read that. Nice. Where's that now? Who's in the Stadium Series?
It's Islanders and Rangers.
Islanders and Rangers. Well, that could be interesting.
It's gonna be in Long Island. I gotta piss Suns off by saying in, not on.
Yeah, it's on Long Island. Have you ever been? I've actually been to Long Island. It's but I'm talking in what year was it? 80?
Oh shit.
1980? No. 84. Working on a truck. We're doing deliveries in Long Island. So, Long Island is, you know what? I tell you, up until that time of my life, I saw the 3 most beautiful girls there. In I forget what town on Long Island, but it was a town on Long Island, a small town, and they were gorgeous. You wouldn't think in a small town like this that, I mean, I've since seen, more beautiful or as, but at that time, I mean, I was 21. I was 21 then. 84, I was 21.
Huh.
Yeah. Can't remember the damn name of the town, too. Anyway. You think? Oh, no, we did that one. No, we did that one. Goalie for Zegras. Would you do it? Apparently, that's what Anaheim wanted. Nope.
Yeah, no chance.
I'm not doing goalie.
Nope.
I think goalie is of all, like Treg said last night, of all the guys we talked about, right now, goalie is the untouchable, right? Hudson probably is, but he's not here yet, so you don't know 100%.
Yeah.
Same thing with Mayu and Reinbacher. But right now, the one untouchable on defense is goalie.
Absolutely.
And for me, Jack-Eye is too, but I think so, because he brings you something you cannot teach. That physical intimidation, you cannot teach that.
Not at all.
Right? So that's and if he's playing well, and I'm not touching Jack-Eye either, but goalie for sure is untouchable, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree. Not really much for me to add. Just
No, I'm not looking for you to add, but I mean, I don't know why people are talking about trading him. Like I thought that trade talk had died down, and it had. I don't know if people are bringing it back up, but I wouldn't.
like Zegras, like I think because of the season that he's having and the fact he apparently does want to move on from Anaheim, or Anaheim wants to move on from him, whatever it is, I think that decreases his value. That where it's maybe a late first.
It opens up Anaheim to get fleeced
I think
more.
that's the most that you can really give up for.
Yeah,
for Zegras.
it opens up Anaheim to possibly getting fleeced a bit if teams know that they really want to trade him. So I don't know. I just find it weird that I know it's kind of official now that he's on the block. I don't know.
Yeah. That's why Montreal was immediately linked to him.
You're not going to get him cheap. And more than likely, like you said, they want a goalie. They're going to ask you for guys that you don't want to give up. Because you can't get a guy like Zegras without giving up something equally good. As simple as that, I think. Do I have Sergachev for Drouin PTSD over that idea of getting Zegras? No, because I think that Zegras will deliver better than Drouin did.
No, I think it's just in general Sergachev for Drouin. I don't think it's meant to be comparing Goulet for Zegras.
Oh, you're saying Goulet for Zegras gives you that? Oh,
no. He's asking just in general Sergachev for Drouin, not comparing the two type trades.
Right, don't compare. Right, okay. So no, I don't know, because I don't see Zegras dropping off that badly, like kind of Drouin did, right? And he didn't drop off because he had a 53-point season here, but he had high expectations for that kid. If you'd see his highlights and see how he was playing in Tampa, you had to expect more from him, right? I got to think that Zegras is going to deliver more than Drouin did.
If we were to acquire him, probably, depending on how he handles the pressure. If it's similar to how Drouin did, definitely not. But if he is able to handle that pressure, then he'll definitely perform. He would perform better, probably.
I would think with Caulfield here, so he's got a buddy here, right? It's a bit of a different. It's different than what Drouin went through.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry that much about him. It's just that I think I get the point is that we're giving up whoever it is. We're giving up quality to get that guy. Yeah. If he doesn't perform, it's like that. But I don't see Zegras being a bust the rest of his career. So
no.
He may not be my cup of tea for certain things, but the kid's talented.
Yeah.
Just look at his numbers. 200 games, putting up 146 points in his first 200 games. Those are good numbers for anybody.
Yeah.
Especially
a kid who's 21 on a down year where he's still on pace for about 45 points.
Yeah, that those are good numbers. I wouldn't worry that much about them.
No, absolutely.
So.
Though I do have to say, I do want to point out a trend that the NHL has been doing the past couple of years. We've noticed that, for example, with the Drouin trade, and there's talk of Zegras, and when Cutter Gauthier got traded, a lot of fans are putting a lot of, this guy can get this much.
Right.
And with a lot of veterans like a Ben Sherratt or Tanner Jeannot, maybe a third, fourth round pick. Sean Monahan, even. We've seen that with him.
Right.
And they kind of seem to be swapped. The veterans will go for a lot, and the young guys, kind of like Zegras, not a whole lot. So I do wonder.
Zegras isn't going to go for not a whole lot. No, come on.
No. I know that, but I'm just saying, people that are saying, Goulet a first, so and so.
Yeah.
Maybe one of those pieces is what it takes to get Zegras potentially.
No, I don't think so.
I think it depends how toxic the situation has gotten.
If it's a 1-for-1, you're giving like for like. So it's gonna hurt. It's not gonna be an easy trade.
Yeah, it probably would have to be.
Yeah, because I can't see it I can't see that one not hurting.
Yeah.
There's no way Anaheim's sending Zegras to Montreal and they're not getting a good player back. They're not going to do it for Andy. They're not going to do it for a bag of schmucks. They're not.
Yeah, that's yeah, more than
They're
likely.
not.
Plus, I mean, yeah, you look at Cutter Gauthier, that trade. What was it? Jamie Drysdale in the third. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, you got a quality player back for, and also don't forget, the other team knew that they had to trade Gauthier.
Yeah, and even
So
with
that brought the
knowing
price
that, they
down.
still got that.
And that brought the price down. They still right. So I don't know that Anaheim has to trade Zegras. I don't think that's ever been like, well, we got to move him because this and that happened. No, there was a disagreement when they were negotiating for his contract that he signed, and it made a little bit of a rift, and that's why. But that's not like saying we have to, and the other teams go, well, you got to move him. Here's a bunch of crap for him.
Yeah.
Though
to be fair, I will say I do like Jamie Drysdale. He has been very injury riddled the past 2 seasons. Same with Zegras this year, actually. Like Sons pointed out, he's very much been an injury magnet this year. So
at their ages, though, you can't.
No, yeah.
It's he's still, like 5 years older, and then he's there's a lot more history.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can it's still. Plenty of guys got injured their first couple of years and then never got injured again.
But it still should be a bit of a concern, especially for a defenseman like Jamie Drysdale, who is a shot blocker.
And, it probably drops the price a little bit, but you're still going to give up something big to get Zegras.
Exactly, yeah. Like, I don't know if this would be enough to get it done, and I'm not saying that we should do this, but I don't know if, like, say, Philip Mazar and a second, for example, or Philip Mazar on a first, like say Winnipeg's first this year. I don't know if that would get it done.
It might.
I would think so. Philip Mazar's looked good this year. I think that Winnipeg first has potential.
It might. Yeah. Maybe, but I still, that might get it done. But you got to then ask the question: is Zegras a player that fits the mold, that checks the boxes? And that's an important thing here, right? So they're not going to go out and make that move if they don't think he has the character that they want. Because it's a big thing for them, character.
Exactly. I haven't really considered that. Oh, there we go. And it'll lag out in about 3, 2,
1. Fuck, we got it right on. That's funny.
Oh, right on. Right on cue.
Right on. You're right on cue, man. Oh, God. Did Zegras get underpaid? He's getting 5.75 for 4 years. I don't know that he's underpaid because it was only a 4-year deal. That's a bridge deal. Or a 3-year deal. It might have been only a 3-year deal. That's a bridge deal. So did he get underpaid? No. He actually that's pretty good for a bridge deal. 5.75.
Yeah.
So no.
Those bridge deals are $4 million.
What is he going to be getting after 2 more years after this season, right? It'll be the end of the contract. You're starting at 5.75. So he's going to be getting a lot of money. That could be something that they got to look at and go, yeah, that could be a problem down the road.
Yes, it would definitely be, especially if he wants $10 million at the end of this contract because of not only how well he might be playing, but with how the salary cap has gone up. Would the Canadians really be wanting to pay Trevor Zegras that much?
No.
I don't think so.
No. Because you're not looking at, well, he'll get another couple of million. No, he's probably going to want 4 more, be around 10 million, right? I don't.
Exactly.
I got to think that would be in their decision making.
Black Viper, exactly like what we did with Newhook and Doc. Get those guys who are willing to sign those 3, 4, 5-year deals and
at a good price, not at. I mean, look what Doc signed for and Newhook.
Yeah,
they didn't sign for a lot. Newhook 2.9,
3.36 and 2.9.
2.9 and Doc was 3.26, right?
3.36.
3.36. That's not big contracts, but they're bridge deals, and they fully expect that when those deals are over, they're going to earn their money then.
Yeah.
But Zegras signed for 5.75. That's a huge difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when he's looking for his money, then it's also a lot more. So I don't know.
Yeah,
that
I
that
think it
would,
has to be.
yeah, so I don't know that would work. You could say, well, then they could trade him. I don't know.
Plus, they're kind of different situations. Doc was kind of underperforming because the Blackhawks were trying to turn him into a defensive forward, and he wasn't panning out as a result. Newhook just wasn't turning into a top 6 forward like Colorado wanted. So, like you said,
they didn't really have the spot for him. That's why they moved him. They didn't have a spot for him other than third line, and it wasn't, so they wanted to move him to make room. Also, I guess there were a couple of reasons, but they didn't have there were too many guys ahead of him, like the good guys ahead of him. He couldn't move up. Yeah. So there's a difference there.
Exactly. Yeah. So like situational, like, okay, with the contracts, yeah, sure, they're a little similar, but when you look at what was going on with them, they're really not all like at all.
Yeah, no, it's a different situation that way. Zegras could be a diva. I mean, they say that. I mean, again, that's part of the is he the right character for here? And if they get reports that he is, they're gonna not want to do that. And you know what? If he's a diva, Caulfield will say to them,
probably
he's my friend and everything, but yeah, he can be this way and that way. I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't say that if it's the case. So. And like I said, I don't know. I only know what I read. And you can't take everything you read as 100% truth.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So you got to take everything with a little bit of a grain of salt.
Definitely. Or if it's reports like Jack Eye, Marty St. Louis has beef with Jack Eye, then you take that with a giant pinch of salt.
Yeah, that seems to be bullshit.
Yeah, like I saw something on Twitter this morning about how, Marty was really struggling to find a word to compliment Jack Eye. It's like, okay, I just scrolled right past it. It's like
I watched the clip, and I mean he might have been struggling. I guess you could read that into that, but I mean there could be other reasons why he answered it like that don't mean anything. And I would I'd lean that way for sure. The report that he stormed into Marty's office. That doesn't sound like Arbor at all.
Yeah, we talked about that on the Fucking Around Have Normals podcast last night. It's like, I started laughing visibly because it's just so fucking absurd.
Yeah, I don't know. How does whoever put that out there like that? How did they think people would believe that? But yet people did, right? So yeah. It's that you got to be a critical thinker. If something doesn't seem right, I mean, ask questions, do research, look it up.
Exactly.
That's what I do.
That's the best way you can educate yourself.
Because I didn't buy that. What I think happened was when they sent him down, Arbor himself said he wasn't happy. He was down a bit and all that. I don't think that meant that he went and complained to anybody.
No, most players would be.
He was just disappointed, whatever, and it didn't take him long, and he got on the right page, and everything worked out well. And I think maybe people heard that or knew that or someone told them that, and they put it like, oh, he did this and he did that because he wasn't happy with their demotion. But I mean, who's happy with a demotion like that? Who would be happy? So it took him a day to get over it and get used to it or whatever. Yeah, you got to be careful what you believe.
Definitely, absolutely.
We're probably going to take off here because it's longer than I thought we'd go.
Yeah,
over an hour and a half. Does Mayu get called up?
Oh shit! No.
Yeah, Mayu does. He's going to get a look. They have to evaluate him here in the NHL. They got to see what he looks like in the NHL and evaluate him. So when he goes back down, they got a plan for him to work on the things he needs to work on here. It's unlikely he is going to come up here and stick it out. But Treg thought that potentially next training camp, Mayu's going to make a push to make the team.
Yeah,
I kind of thought it'd
I'd
be
be
another
excited.
year, but yeah, why not? So,
Yeah.
but even Reinbacher is probably going to play a few games this year.
Oh yeah.
So they
Yeah,
got to
because he's
look at
on the
them.
ZLC as well, so they can call him up
Yeah,
whenever they want.
yeah, anytime. Because they got to look at them and evaluate them here. And so you
Yep.
give them 2 games. 2 games, they get in there, you see what they look like, how they're playing, and then you go, well, they need, he needs to do this, that, and that. You make a plan for him for the rest of the season and the off season.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't be surprised if once Reinbacher's team is eliminated from, I don't know if it's playoff contention or whatever, because I've heard they're apparently a pretty bad team.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs there. So once that season's over,
Yeah,
but even
gets called
tomorrow,
right
if they want him, they can call him up.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's under contract.
I mean, he probably wouldn't be here for the games tomorrow and Saturday.
No, but I mean, they can call him up as soon as whenever they feel like it. But it'll be
exactly.
I would think post trade deadline.
Probably, I could see that, especially if they do end up moving from Matheson or Savard, which again, probably not happening. But if they do, then 100%, yeah, Reinbacher gets the call up.
Well, the Savard one, I don't know. I think Savard could go, even though he says they have no plans to move him. That doesn't mean anything.
I mean, Columbus got a first for him when they traded him to Tampa.
Hey, listen, he's been playing really good, and then he did that save. He saved a goal. Like those kind of things, teams look at that shit.
Yep, and they
that's valuable to them.
Mm-hmm.
He's won a cup with Tampa. It was valuable to them then.
Yep.
Just because he's 33, when you're getting him for the rest of the season and another season at a good price, I don't think that's a problem. I think if you're a contender and you need that help,
yep,
you'll go after. So Hugh's saying we don't have any intention to trade David Savard. Sure, you don't have any intention to. Doesn't mean you're not going to. It's just a clever way to just keep people at bay.
I mean, then again, did we have intention to trade Tyler Toffoli the week before we did? Probably not.
No, well, no, but I mean, they probably did. No, listen, when he says we don't have intention to, doesn't mean they don't have intention.
Exactly. Mark Bergman said he doesn't have intention to trade Subban.
It also, when you're thinking, if there's teams that are going to call him about Savard, he's just put the price up a little bit. Or you're going to have to match what we want. Like, you're not getting him for nothing. Yeah. And that's another reason why he'd say something like that. I think, anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah. You're not going to see.
I think Savard's going to get traded because they're going to need to have room.
I could probably see it. I don't want it to happen. I like Savard. But yeah, no, I do. If he can get another Stanley Cup elsewhere, I'd be more than happy to see him go.
Also, if a team is willing to give you a first and maybe a prospect for him, which that's what they're talking about, you got to take it.
Definitely.
You got to take it because, you're not going to get that next year probably.
No, even in the off season, maybe not because he's another year older. It's like,
oh God, no! In the off season, you're going to get a second at best, I think.
Yeah,
best for Savard. Yeah. Whereas a trade deadline, oh no, you could get a good price for him. So
especially if there's a bidding war.
Going to go. I think it might be likely that Savard gets moved.
I think he could be.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm excited though to see. Like we mentioned, Reinbacher, Hudson, Mayo. I'm really excited to see these guys get a call up.
Yeah, me too. I think it'll. And you know what? If Mayo and Reinbacher make it next year, and we got Hudson, Mayo, and Reinbacher added on to the team, I'd love that.
Yeah, I'd love it too.
It increases the excitement. I mean, I'd love it. Yeah.
And then you've got the issue for the first time in I don't know how long. Too many defensemen.
Yeah, but that's why they've got to be evaluated. That's another reason why these guys all have to play here this year for at least 2 games, because you got to know if you need to move some of these young guys, defensemen out, you need to know that as early as possible. Absolutely. So, yeah.
And I'd be completely fine. Like I said, whenever Hudson's team is eliminated, which again, I'm going to be very selfish. I hope they're out round 1 so Hudson gets more games with the Canadiens.
Oh, me too, but they're probably not. But I mean, me too. The earlier, the better.
Yeah. I mean, I think if there's like say 6 games left when he can come over, he gets all 6 of those games, probably.
Oh, I think without a doubt, he's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna.
Yeah.
They're gonna test him to see what he can do. What
Yep.
he, they're gotta evaluate him well.
I do wonder if they maybe test him out by obviously playing him even strength and power play, but I wonder if they test him with a little bit of penalty kill time as well to try him out there.
I mean, it's good question. Good question. I can see maybe not because you don't want to overload the young kid, but
exactly,
because you could
maybe
do
a
that
shift or
next
two.
year.
I think
you could do that next year though too. You don't have to give him.
that's true. Yeah,
you can do that in training camp and start from
see
there.
what type of offense you've got out of the kid. What he can.
Yeah, you want to see what he looks like, how he plays, if he's able to play his game that he from college, or how he adjusts to it as well. Yeah, you want to see those things so you can evaluate them, because they're going to be a big part of this team going forward. All 3 of those guys, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think all 3 of those guys make it. It'd be great. It'd be almost unheard of.
Making the NHL and being studs for.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost unheard of. But I mean, you look at those guys, and it's like there's no signs that they're not going to. Where some guys, you get that they start to move up, and you start to wonder because they're not playing well or whatever. But these guys are all playing well wherever they are. It's like there's no sign that they're not going to make it. For me.
Yeah, like you said, they're playing well all over, and I want to see. I really want to see what this decor looks like when they're in their prime in 3 to 4 years.
Gonna be amazing.
I want to see Reinbacher, Hudson together. I want to see Gooley, Jack. I want to see Struble, Mayu. I want to see what this team will be able to do when it's competing for a Stanley Cup. Because with the way the team has been built, I've got no doubt in my mind we are winning at least one Stanley Cup with these future guys.
Well, I don't know that you could say it 100%, but I mean, I think the odds are very strong.
Yeah,
we will definitely win a Stanley Cup with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know; injuries really could fuck you up.
Yeah,
and you never know what. So, but I think you're right though. We're going to win a Stanley Cup within 5 years, in my opinion.
I'd love it. If it's within 5 years, I'll be extremely happy.
I think I think starting in 5 years, you can start thinking we could win a cup at that point on. Black Viper, last question. We're going to answer this last, and then we're going to take off here. Do you think Gignac is going to stay this year and next year? You can start on that one.
Oh, thank you. Putting the pressure on me. All right.
Pressure's on, man. The heat is on.
Oh, honestly, I think this year he does, because the only way Gignac doesn't stay. I think the only way he doesn't stay is if you end up acquiring a contract to take on a draft pick, for example. You do a Sean Monahan move.
Right.
Exactly, yeah, at the deadline. But other than that, I've liked Gignac so far. I think he's played a pretty decent 4th line game. Even 3rd line, I think he played last game 3rd line. He's not looked entirely out of place.
No,
I like what he's been doing. I think he could stay this year. Next year, it's a little bit tougher to say. I think there's definitely some footnotes there. Is Dvorak here, or is he gone? Do you end up trying Newhook at center, or do you have Sean Monahan back on the team? Again, trades at the deadline or in the offseason.
Right.
Is Philip Mazzaro and Beck ready? And I think all those factors will go in. But I'm going to go out and I'm going to say, yeah, I think Gignac actually ends up proving himself. And I think he's the starting 4th line center next. Oh, because Evans is also here too, though.
Well, listen, I think you can get a hint in his contract that he signed, the 2-year contract. The 2 year, the 2-way part, right? So the Laval, this year, if he goes down, it's $150. Next year, it's $400,000. I'm thinking that's because they figure they probably do have to put him down there. They're going to have to waive him to do it, and they want to discourage teams from picking him up and having to pay him $400,000 in the minors.
That is true, yeah.
Right. So I think that personally, I think that's a kind of a telling factor. But I agree with you. I think he stays there the rest of the year because of the injuries. I don't see how that's going to change. And I like what I saw in the first game with him.
Yep.
He has energy. He works hard. And he makes some good plays, like smart plays.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like him, and he can play the power play. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but next year it depends on a lot of factors whether he's here.
Again,
the year next
Dvorak,
year.
Monahan,
Yeah,
a new hook, Beck, Mazar. There's at least 5 guys.
There's just a lot of factors for whether he plays here next year. But I'll tell you what he could do though is he could earn enough interest that they could move him and he could play in the NHL. Like there's a lot of options there, I think, with Gignac.
Yeah. Like how Belzil last year played for the Habs and he got a contract from the Rangers.
Yeah.
This year.
So that's I think that's it's like that. So and then he's already signed. It'll be a deal that teams would trade for, except that $400,000 in the minors.
Yeah. Which, by the way,
if you're on like a Sharks or something and you're interested in him, he's probably good enough to stay there the whole year.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind paying a 4th, 5th round pick for a guy. Maybe he develops into a 3rd line permanent guy, maybe.
Yeah, and it wouldn't cost that much, like you say.
Yeah,
a late round pick.
Mid to late round pick, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Hopefully we answered your questions. And if you're watching on replay, thanks for doing that. And hopefully you'll check us out next time. We will be back in 2 weeks, 2 Fridays from now, and we're going to be doing this again. And we'll give you guys way more notice than we did this time.
Oh, yes.
Till then, I'll remind you that to check out Talkin' Habs, unless you already came from there and that's how you found this channel. But yeah, check out our Talking Habs channel and our Pucking Around podcast and Habnormals podcast. So Pucking Around is for the whole NHL and Habnormals. Strictly Habs, man. Strictly Habs. And there's links in the description of this video. And check out this week's Habnormals where we had Treg Wilson of Habs Unfiltered and the Hockey Writers. So, it was a really fun time and some really good conversation in there on that one. So check that out. All the links are in the description. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Till then, just stay safe. Have a good night. It's not that late. What time is it?
10:47.
It's Friday night. Have a good night. And I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow. Are you gonna be back with me tomorrow for the game at all?
I'll try and pop in during intermission.
We'll see. Harry might not be, but I'll be back tomorrow. Matt should be there as well for the Habs game. I'm doing a live stream for the my Saturday hockey talk at noon tomorrow, and the game is at 1 and post game right after that. So check that out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out. See you soon. Ciao, everybody. And there was something I wanted to do. This is what I want to do.